Welcome back, everyone, to Pinetopia. And today we need to figure out how to get a cleric or three from over here all the way down over here. That means I need to create some clerics in order to be able to transfer them over. And second of all, what I'm going to be needing is a means to transport them. Now, I think I can easily get them over by boat once I have everything else done. Now, the question is, are the workstations going to be too close to each other, or points of interest? So we need to first compute the distance from it's around here to here to make sure there's no point where villagers will be getting confused as to whose location is what. Now, I can't remember what the exact distance is these days because I believe they changed it at one point. But we'll see how far it is from the edge of this place to the edge of our temple so that we can make sure that we don't have clerics trying to get across the water and doing all sorts of weird things, which will be a real pain. So this is at 109. And it's pretty much on the same line, maybe slightly off of it, but we'll call it the same line since that would be worst case scenario. And this looks like a good time to calculate based on worst case scenario. Boom. And right here, 24. Maybe it's a bit too close for my scheme. If I read the wiki properly, the magic distance is 48. We'll call that 50. I'm 75 away, so maybe I am far enough away in order to make this work. Now it's just to see if I could somehow get that cleric to move, and the best way I can think of doing that is to be making a few more workstations. Now, since we're dealing with a cleric, that will of course mean a brewing stand. So let's go make a few brewing stands, and I'm going to use that in order to get our friend to move over to here, though I will naturally also try to get him into a boat in order to help that come along. While rummaging through here, I noticed we have a couple of gold weapons here, and that reminded me of some of the announcements over at Minecon, that plus this Netherwart, and that is that we are going to have a Nether update in, I presume, 1.16, because currently in 1.14 we of course have what this here, the update related to the villagers. 1.15 is going to be bees, which is going to be a relatively small update, mainly bug fixes, but also a new bug in the game, meaning bees, of course. So that obviously means that the next season is going to be all related to bees in some way. I still have to figure out what I want to do with that. But I think we have a month or two before that goes live. Now, they are scheduling to get that out by the end of the year, so I'll expect be hearing about that probably, I would say, a couple more snapshots is what I'm predicting, then maybe go into pre-releases, and then we might be able to get our update. Now, of course, we do have to start to see when Bedrock is going to get their first beta on the matter, because that's going to show us when things are getting out. My guess is they're going to try to have it out at some point during the holiday season, but that could be any time from late November to late December. We'll have to see on there. I want to make 5 brewing stands, and the idea of having 5 of these so I could scatter them out around here. where would be some good places for brewing stands? I suppose we could have one here or one here. One here. One here. So this is where the various clerics are going to be for this particular area. Crazy me and the decision to do odd numbers. Let's see. I mean, see, here's the water. It'd be nice if actually I should add a water source, maybe, which would go well with brewing stands. Let's see, how about putting the third one back here, and then I could have a water source over here and a brewing stand here. Okay, and then we could put a water source here, and this is where we could refill water bottles and the like. So this could be turned, or I could just make it 6 of them and have one that I use. Yeah, I should have thought of that before. Now, 1.16 sounds like it's going to be a real scary update because it's going to be all about the nether, giving it new biomes and stuff like that. We have to see the details of that, of course, but that'll be months away before we are going to be seriously worrying about anything from 1.16. I want to reduce the number of places it could go because this is going to be turning into a location for the cleric to move to. I just want to make sure that the golem or someone like that doesn't go into there. But in order to entice the cleric to move, I'm going to do that. And hopefully the cleric says, oh, my station's gone, heads right over here, maybe even lands in the boat so I won't even have to push. We don't want the golem to go into there. No, 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 you're not going through there. That's for the cleric. This is going to take some time, right? Because I don't want iron, well, yeah, because the iron golem will really make transportation tough. Whew. I think my cleric has arrived, but can't reach the place yet. All right, here we go. Here you go. A nice little workstation here for you. All right, good. It went right into the boat. Perfect. All right, well, all right, I'll grab this and join the cleric in the boat. And we are going to head over to the temple, and that'll be the first one. Now, of course, that means for the rest of them, I'm going to have to breed a new cleric. So I have to drop a couple of workstations, a couple of brewing stands up there, get the cleric to move up, and all that fun stuff. So let's get there. We go. Here's your nice new little home. And assuming I can, there you go. And if we're lucky, he'll just go right in and slam the door in my face for moving him all this way. And he immediately grabs a workstation. Good! Now to start breeding up a couple. And seeing that we get a couple of friends. No, because I don't want to breed them there, because if I breed them there, they're going to all turn into fishermen. Now, it won't hurt maybe having 1 or 2 fishermen, perhaps. But I figured this is a... fishermen or 2 wouldn't be too bad there, simply because it is a water temple. They'll have some sort of lace of fork staff, I guess, in order to help with that. But I do want to start out with getting a couple of clerics, and that'll mean laying down a couple brewing stands. So I have 2 brewing stands right here. And what I'm going to do is I have to create these, then I'm going to... Okay, I'll put them there for now. Hopefully they'll grab them, trade with them, and the idea of trading with them is so that they won't change their profession when I break their current brewing stands, because if you don't trade with them, then you don't lock their trades. If you don't lock their profession, then yeah, all sorts of trouble happens. Ah, we're finally having some villagers in close proximity to each other. Hey, 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 grab some bread, grab some bread. Hopefully that'll induce some of them to maybe we could get another villager. It's been a while since I've done any breeding here because it's now getting almost to day 700 in this world, so it's been a while. Boy, I'm getting overcrowded by these guys. Oh, I think we have something going on here. Hopefully at least one of them worked. Uh, don't see a baby villager around here anywhere, though. Hmm. Oh, there's no bed? Sure there has to be a bed because... Oh, perhaps that cleric didn't look for a new bed yet, so that bed is still considered to be claimed. Uh, well, I could create a couple extra beds in order to help this along. I'll drop a bed right here since it's going to be a temporary one anyway. And hopefully the villagers will now decide to produce a child at some point. It looks like I might be in business now. Yes? Yes? There we go. Good. Now I just have to wait for them to grow and do it a few more times, and I'll populate my temple. I had forgotten that I lost my toolsmith earlier because... Oh, that's what I got. Toolsmith. So obviously I need to get a few more beds out. Maybe this second one will grow into a cleric. And perhaps I need a few more beds on this stuff because it looks like I have trouble maintaining a proper bed population. I think some of the beds are too far out. I think that was a problem I noticed earlier. I guess that's still true. Ah, it looks like the second one did become a cleric. Hello. We have a trade. Redstone and... Well, I can do one trade at least. There you go. We've got a trade there, so we're locked as a cleric, which means now I need to induce him to get out here. And I'll do the same thing that I did last time. Note to self, the next time I try to move a cleric, make sure that... maybe I should put this... No, here. Right here. How about that? Now, I didn't break both brewing stands. The one that he went to temporarily when he went to the boat, I did not break that one. So as a result, he is frantically trying to find his way to that other brewing stand. And he actually swam across to the other island in order to get here. I didn't think villagers knew how to swim. I got rid of that brewing stand and placed one right down there. So hopefully he'll head for that one. And I can get back on track. Here's a brewing stand for you right here. Yeah, there you go. It'll be temporary though because... Okay, he's using it. Good, I heard the bubbly sound you get when He uses a brewing stand. Good. Now, oh boy, what a poor choice of locations. Huh. Yeah. All right, I'll put it onto there. And now, where did I put my boat? Aha! Finally got him here. This time, break the thing. Grab the villager, come across, and he should now grab the one at the temple and head straight inside of it, right? I could only hope so. Because that round was quite an ordeal. There you go. Now, inside, inside. Yeah, now he comes inside. And he makes... Right? Yay! That's two. After a little bit more work, I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 clerics in all. So now I have population for my temple. I do have one more bed remaining, so I might just... I'll see what I could do about that, whether or not I'm going to bother adding that or trying to get another one or not. But I think 4 clerics is enough for the area, so I think this will work. I'll just have to get another cleric to replace the one that I moved over here, and we will be done. Yay! Of course, the real test is what they do after work hours. They seem to be like they seem to like to go outside. And oh my. Oh, the beds are on the other side. They're trying to get to their beds. Ooh, bother. I need to deal something about that. Is to get rid of all of those beds. I was wondering why some of these beds were still being not completely utilized and all that stuff. I believe there's a local toolsmith using that one over there, so I'll keep that out for now. But hopefully that will encourage them to sleep at the temple rather than sleeping out here. I'm not sure where that villager went, but boy, that really makes things tougher when you have to worry about not only extra workstations but also extra beds. Well then, how are they all doing here? We've got 1, 2, 3 of them at least. All right, they're treating this as if this is the bell site. All right. So at least 3 of them decided to stay here, and the 4th one actually, he wouldn't have been longing for the bed at this point of the day. He would have been longing for the bell, but where is he? Aha, look at us here. He's way up here looking for the bell. Huh. Oh boy. This is going to take some time to tame these guys, isn't it? He just can't let go of the old bell. Oh, villagers, oh, villagers, oh, villagers. It's the morning now, and I suppose I've... Oh, they're doing their morning routine outside. Well, oh boy, they're all gathering together now in the boat. All right. Hopefully, when it's work time, they'll all go inside. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. All right, they're all, those two are heading toward the workstations. How about you two? Yeah? Inside? All right, good. Now that they're all here, it's time for me to fence them in. Really, it's the only way. Otherwise, they're going to try to escape. There you go. That way I can get in and out, and they'll stay here, and hopefully they'll get into the habit of using the bell station, doing all their routine here. Let's see if I can do one full day without anyone escaping. I'm not too sure about the idea of their robes, including a creeper face on the back. I don't know. It just makes me wonder if one of those are going to explode on me or something like that. All right, it's good to see now that they're socializing near the bell, so that's successful. Now, the reason why I put the bell here is so that it would be a place reachable by all the stations, and I'm hoping that because the bell's here, they'll be able to find some beds, and that'll be the next thing I'll experiment with. So in a moment, we'll be back and see how it works. Now is the time where they'll be looking for their beds, and they appear to be confused. And that's going to be a problem if they're confused. Yeah. Just wandering around. Oh, they're heading downstairs. Good. No. Downstairs, downstairs. That's where the beds are. Yeah. One entered the. Nighttime, nighttime. Bedtime. Bed's this way. Here. Here, beds, beds, beds. Oh, villagers. Well, so much for that idea. I suppose I'm going to have some beds up there. Oh, hold on. He found a bed. Yay! Oh, or did he? My scheme to get them to sleep down here completely failed. I would have thought that with the beds being down here, and some of them even entered down here, like this burst, like these two here, and they still refuse to use the beds. I would have thought that if they could find them, there'd be no trouble. Yeah. Now, how I'm gonna do this, because I want to be able to add a sleeping area, but well, how about make this into a dorm area and just put some beds here and see if they find these. Probably not. They're trying to make my life difficult. Ah, progress! One of them has decided to get some sleep. What about the others? Hooray! Yay! Hopefully in time they'll all decide to take in the benefits of some slumber. But I think that's where we are going to end this episode. And I cannot think of anything else to do for this world. It could be that the next time I think he decided to become the high priest. Actually, is this probably the most junior of them all has decided to name himself high priest. So he found the bed down here. So there's one that is still not quite understanding the concept of sleep, but hopefully he'll come to figure it out in time. With that, I pretty much finished everything I wanted to do in this world. I built my village here and I built the temple there. There are a couple things I was thinking of doing at first, such as building a swamp village and all that stuff that I decided to scratch because building one village is enough. So unless I come up with something that I want to do in this world, I'm pretty much thinking that's it, and that the next time you'll be seeing me will be on a new world with some bees. But whether that's true or not, we'll have to find out on whether this is the end of season 1 or if we'll be back for another episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Pinetopia.